What's going on, Flock? Um, I've been away for a minute, but had to handle some things and get some more information. But we're back here again. Um, we got some things to unpack, so I'm gonna jump with it. I'm gonna jump into it. Um, do me a favor first, please like and subscribe. Everything counts. Every little thing counts. Um, First of all, football season is a week away. Mm. It's a Jets game. I'm most likely going to be on a plane for most of the game or something like that. Um, Catch part of the game, I hope. I'm going to wear my jersey and hopefully on the plane back home, it'd be, it'd be a pre-celebration. But anyway, you know. Number one, I need these people to pay this man his money. You know, um, they hurry up. You know, the NFL is a business. So if you think of 1 second, if those those coaches, the Steve Bisciotti or someone, didn't get on the phone with the Broncos, they're like, hey, I know Russell's contract's about to come up. Or they have their little boy club talk. So, well, all right, we need to get Russell signed. He's the next one up, but we can't let Lamar get full guaranteed money. So we get Russell signed. Russell's older. He's a little bit more accomplished, and he has a Super Bowl in his resume. So we get him signed. Then it's going to take the excuse down of, hey, Lamar, we can give you $52 million a year, but we can't guarantee you 230 now. Hey, we can guarantee you 205, and just take it because all right, Russell took less, huh? Russell took less, so it was just a nominee about in desperation for Jimmy Haslam to sign Deshaun. But yesterday's price is not today's price. No matter how you got to the race, you still got to the race. So you gotta pay that man. Know how they got the 230? They got the 230. You gotta pay him because we've seen what the team was with him and without him. Okay, I mean that's it. Then to all the people who says, "Hey, let's start Huntley." Huntley's a baller. Don't get me wrong, but his deep ball is not up to par. It's just not. His deep ball's not up to par. That mid short game, that's his bread and butter. Scrambling, yeah, he's good. So if Lamar's target, Huntley is Walmart. Yeah, they do the same stuff, sell the same items. But Target's a little bit more classy, a little bit more sturdy, more durable. You know what I mean? Like name brand and then great value brand. You know, if you ever shop at Walmart in the men's section, not saying that I do. I shop anywhere because I really know how to dress, but that's a whole nother video. Walmart has Georges. Okay, they got some nice cuts and stuff, look pretty good. You go to Target, you got Goodfellas. Now let's go. Let's say Huntley is Target. Lamar is H&M. Hmm? If Huntley is Old Navy, Lamar is Banana Republic. I could go all day with this. Okay? But both South Florida boys and their game is similar. But it's a reason why Huntley went undrafted and Lamar was a Heisman. And you tell me that. Huntley went to an easier conference. He played for Utah. I mean, what happened? But I understand also the NFL is a popularity contest. But that's another story too. My whole thing is that I don't believe though Bashad is worth $6 billion. He can give Lamar $250 million guaranteed. But Bashad also says that I let the people who I hire handle the business. So they could trust that EDC, Ozzie Newsome, is going to handle that. Now, Bashad probably get involved if they fumble the ball. EDC plays money ball. But if they got all these other people extended, but having issues extended the most important person on the team, that's crazy. So that's telling me that it's not that they don't have faith. They do. They do. It's just the fact that EDC's been cheap this whole time, and you keep making excuses for him. He's been cheap the whole time. Let's go back to memory lane. As we left for a $2 million difference, okay, that Texas offered him $9 million a year, I think. The Ravens were trying to offer him $7 million. That was their cap. So no, 9. Also, Suggs left because he was like, hey, I'm not trying to rob the Ravens. I want $9 million. I want, let's just say they offer him like $1 million or $2 million less than what Arizona was going to offer him. That's not the first time they didn't got a player from Baltimore. But that's just what it is. You know what I mean? You pay for what you think a person's worth. But I'm gonna need these people to stand by Lamar because you just have to. You just have to. It's not right. It's not right. He have to go through that. He's a superstar. Imagine if Michael Jordan had to go through that. Allen Iverson had to go through that. You know what I'm saying? You're a superstar, but you just make excuses not to give him his credit, or you ignoring things that he does. We have to stop that. I'm tired of going on here when I do get on here and making a segment almost completely about Lamar Jackson. Like, that's my family and whatever. I don't get into that. I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. That's a whole different story. But at the same time, that's been my favorite player. I only had 2 favorite Ravens players. No, I'll take that back. I had 5. And 2 of them is I was Ray Lewis, the best linebacker ever. Then Ed Reed. Hmm. That's it. And Lamar Jackson. The rest of them was great. But I consider my favorite football players. Then after that is Bo Jackson, Deion, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jerry Rice. That's it. I was a 49ers fan from 1988, 89 to 1999. I switched for the home team. I'm allowed to switch to the home team. But I was a fan before the season before they went to the Super Bowl. When they used to have Michael Jackson and all that. Not 96, I was the contemplating, but like 97, 98 type of deal. Um, well, anyway, so I like to say I seen the direction of where they was going. but you cannot fumble this bag. People was like, well, we could get somebody else, the Ravens Ray, and no, you can't. As the time has changed. Because I guarantee you, and I will put 1,000 stacks that look. Lamar leaves the day and tomorrow, we'll be in fourth place in the division for the next 4 years, at least. Because okay, Deshaun only playing 11, going to be out 11 games, but they still depending on their roster, because their roster is stacked, they can still get a wild card. That's how good it's possible that the whole AFC North could be in the playoff hunt. The whole AFC North, and the AFC is stacked. Because you can't discount Pittsburgh. I dislike Pittsburgh. I don't hate Pittsburgh no more. I dislike them. I hate Cincinnati. And it's not because of the team itself. It's the fans suck. Because, all right, yeah, I win. You get that. But then you act like you've been doing this thing for years. That's not even the best Cincinnati roster they ever had. Because as good as Jamar Chase is, he's no Ocho Cinco. He is no Chris Carter. Okay? T. Higgins is no T.J. Houshmandzadeh or Muhammad Sanu. Cincinnati always draft good wide receivers. Hmm. Nah, I mean, it's just what it is. He just no, and he's not no A.J. Green. A.J. Green messed him up was injuries. Unfortunately, and he had great hands. Now they got three at the same time, and that's what they're training with. Cincinnati always have a tandem. They always get big, fast receivers or physical receivers. You get the one that can stretch the field, or to single. They got the one that gets the good that the 50 when the 50-50 balls, TJ Masada, and then they get the one that can get you that possession, get you that clutch possession, and that was Muhammad Sanu. And then you have like above average quarterback like Carson Palmer. Or we can go even Andy Dalton could got hot and went to the Super Bowl. Cause as good as Joe Burrow is, Joe Burrow always had good teams around him. Even LSU, he had stacked receiver room. He had running backs. All he does is just make the good decision. He make the read, boom, I'm gonna get him the ball. Boom, boom, boom. Same stuff Tom Brady does. Anyway, well, he didn't have a line. Okay. But guess what? If you could get that, he's been sacked a whole lot too. They lost the games because they was getting sacked. But if you can get that ball out to his receivers, he have receivers that could take a 7-yard route all the way to the house, and he did it multiple times. That's the thing. So before next time you get to the result, now they cocky. Don't do that. You're not gonna get that cocky where you got Peters and then you we getting people back. You're not gonna be that cocky. I guarantee you're not gonna be that cocky. If rude awakening when you get a couple pick sixes, you're gonna reevaluate that and be right back to 2020 all over again. Get this stuff took right to the house. Yeah, these guys hungry. Okay, this would be interesting. But you know what? And I hate to say it because I like black and orange, like the colors. You know what I'm saying? Like I never had no beef with Cincinnati. I had beef with Cleveland because they talk a lot of shit to be such a sucky team. Even when you got all that talent on paper, the last 5 years, the Browns are the new Redskins. Redskins are the Commanders. They have a tight, tough team on paper for years and years, and it don't materialize when the season comes. When you play the actual games, all right. So let's get with that. Let's go with that first. All right. So, and also Lamar is not going to Miami. Even if he do leave, the Ravens will not let him go to Miami. No, no. He'll go to the NFC team first. They'll send him to the Saints or something like that. They would not do that. And plus, they're going to franchise tag him anyway, twice. They'll be fools because you're going to lose. This not the time where it's not plug and play. Lamar makes great system work longer than its expiration date. It's a 2-year average. Kaepernick, Tyrod Taylor. That's all I need to tell you. It worked for a good 2-year span, and then because he can't expand the offense further than what he knows. You know what I mean? So if it was all that, they wouldn't have signed wouldn't sign T. Martin and the other dude that helped the offense. It's late, so I'm having brain farts so please forgive me, but that's what it is. I want you guys to understand this. We've seen this before. That's a kid that already loves football, but I'll hate to see him fire the NFL. Well, I love to see it, but y'all gonna hate to see it because Lamar is able to score eight. This dude scored eight touchdowns in a college game. Like, let that sink in. He's gonna have inconsistencies. He's 25 years old. He's trying to learn the game for himself. Y'all spoiled with these players coming out there and overachieving and think that's the new standard, and it's not. It takes time to develop. Joe won the Super Bowl in his 5th year, yeah. I mean, Joe also had some of the greatest defensive players of all time on his team. They bailed him out on games that they should have lost. All right, that Mile High Miracle game. I'm gonna tell you something. We should have lost that game. Jacoby did what he was supposed to do. But other than that, we should have lost that game, actually. Um, Broncos was a superior team, up and down. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. The Patriots overrated. Yeah, we beat the Patriots. You know what I mean? We fought better the second time when we lost the Patriots. We gave up 2 second round. Two 14-point leads. That's uncalled for. That was poor coaching. And then the experience of Belichick cheating. And knowing that I take it not cheating, but taking advantage of the rules. But to the point where the NFL found a loophole, the NFL changed the rules the next season because he was cheating, but they can't prove it because he fell within the gray area. So Belichick spent a lot of time reading the rules because the winning football games is not just physical, it's mental. Okay? It's mental. Watch a lot of football. I know the tricks. Just like all amazing. It's like 4 teams that you have former quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying, playing against their old team. So you didn't think, if you thought this shit is just random, you're mistaken. First they said, well, we get Deshaun's 6th game. What? They had him scheduled to play the Ravens. They love letting Deshaun play against Lamar because people like to see that. And LaShawn would have went 0-3, but they love to see that. So okay, we get six. We get 11 games. You know, it's supposed to have been 12 games. Make it 11 because okay, it's gonna sell if Deshaun plays against his old team. It's a marketing ploy. The NFL is a business first. Y'all put too much emphasis on football when I hate to see my team lose. Granted, I throw remotes and destroy stuff like everybody else. But then I cool them down and realize, hey, this is entertainment. Okay, this is entertainment. You get caught up saying, "Oh, you suck and you're a bad person." These people are entertainers. They get paid to entertain. Stop trying to put a moral compass on a game. Hey, entertain people. They play a game. Maybe they didn't shoot anybody or whatever. Yeah, you want role models for your kids. But this is a job. You got worse people that you vote for in elections. And then worse stuff for him. Now, I got a whole other story about what I think the Deshaun thing is what it's about. He didn't, for the most part, he didn't try to, and I'm not diminishing what a female says, because if they say no, no means no. But what I'm saying is, a lot of them chicks, they consent for him to do it. He's a creep because that's your game, your angle. You get off on, okay, I'm gonna give me a massage and then trying to get something a little extra. That sucks. Bro, you Deshaun Watson. You could go to Atlanta or anywhere, go in a club, and pick up your fair share of the King's ransom. You could pick out any chick you want. Dude, you Deshaun Watson. Okay? He could go and get any chick he want, and they will follow. But so this behavior he's been doing since college. I'm gonna get this massage. We're gonna sneak chicks in and get a little extra. That's what we want to do. That's his business, but that's what was going on with that. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop doing. That's what it was. But 66, bro, or 24, when you could just get for 24 randoms, and then to insult the injury, you post something on Instagram with Mia Khalifa, with the porn star John, at your crib trying to dunk a basketball on your door with a maid apron on and nothing else on. So you just a sexual deviant. That's okay, but keep your stuff to yourself. If you're gonna be a freak, be a freak. But don't be doing no weird shit like getting a whole bunch of chicks touching your body, massages and stuff. Cause what if they touch the wrong thing and then punch the wrong nerve and then you jacked up for life? No, bro, you gotta do stuff better. Don't be doing that clown lame stuff. That's weirdo shit, man. That's all it is. It's a weirdo. You know what I mean? Sound Lamar Jackson give him his paper. EDC, stop being cheap. I've been telling people the last since he took over. Stop being cheap. That's all this stuff is. Stop being cheap. These draft picks is another thing. But stop being cheap. Got generational talent. Because Lamar would have left today, go to the Saints, go to the Miami. They're going to the Super Bowl. Lamar, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Super Bowl. Lamar J. Wilder, Tyreek Hill, Super Bowl. Put Joe Burrow on the Ravens, and they would still be a 500 team. Put Lamar on the Bengals, Super Bowl, winning, blowing teams out. Super Bowl. Put on still the Super Bowl. Put him on the Bill, Super Bowl, and it wouldn't even be close. The Bills invested in Josh Allen because, okay, he got the intangibles that they want. But he tries to run into people just like Cam Newton. I told you he's just a vanilla Cam Newton. Y'all don't believe me. I sit and watch the game. And for real, the one that got the most skills as far as athletic ability and all that is Justin Herbert. But he haven't run shit. He's 8-8. He haven't won shit, but then he's gonna get a big contract too. He haven't won shit. And if Lamar was on the Chargers Super Bowl, stop it. 49ers Super Bowl. Let's go. You gonna hear a beep? That's my device. Super Bowl. Let's go. Who else? We could play this game. Put him on the Vikings. Maybe Super Bowl. Justin Jefferson. Lamar, but he ain't going into another purple. It's black, purple forever, baby. Okay? Let's go. We can play this game. Raiders, Super Bowl, and we ain't even close. Super Bowl. And there's other teams we could name. Philly, Super Bowl. Dallas, Super Bowl, and it wouldn't even be close. I'm just go because this is fun right now. The Bucks, Super Bowl, and they might go undefeated. The Rams, Super Bowl, and they go undefeated. And another thing, I'm gonna dispel this, and then I'm getting off here. I'm longer than I need to be. Lamar, this is not his style of play. And you saying the Ravens, Lamar's style to play, the Ravens, it does not give him a guarantee because of style of play. The Ravens force him to play that style. They allow him to play that style because that's what Greg Wormham wants. That's what John Harbaugh signed off on. Lamar come from a spread offense. He had to learn to play in this style. Yes, it's easy for him to pick up because it takes advantage of his athletic ability, and that's really what they really doing. And they said, well, we could take advantage because he wasn't ready, really ready to take over at the start at the beginning of the season in 2018. So what they did, okay, we'll throw some winkles in and we had to take over. All right, we're gonna run these plays, run, and then take his shots when they're available. And then as we progress through the years, we develop more of his passing ability, which wasn't working, but they just didn't give him the chance. A lot of some off throws because the NFL play at a whole different speed than college, and college play at a whole different speed than high school. Like if we're gonna tell the stuff, we need to tell the truth. We need to tell the truth. And stop saying they built the team around him. They built the team around him. He would have had three big receivers on the outside. Because they're going to get easy. You want somebody at least 6'2". If he got a scramble, he could just throw it up and he's going to win those 50-50 balls. Because most corners are not over 6 foot. Let's get that. He's going to win those 50-50 balls. If you're going to truly build. If they weren't truly built, they would have got DK Metcalf. Somebody fast. And some my partner of mine said, well, Lamar just got Lamar won in Hollywood, and he did. That's a boy. He won in Hollywood, right? But at that point now, you realize everybody you want is not. That don't mean they're gonna be loyal. When they could have just got DK, and we would have been in a better standing now. Hollywood is a great player. I give him shit, but he's a great player. He has number one receiver potential, but he don't have a dog that's needed in the AFC North. He's set for the Cardinals. That's a finesse type team. That's not a hard nosed team. Like if he was on the on the Rams, Hollywood would be suited for the Rams. You think Cooper Kupp would survive in the AFC North? Be for real. Let's be for real. Some of these receivers would not survive in the AFC North. So I don't know why they even drafted him in the first place. When you go back at it after it's gone, you realize like he wasn't happy from the beginning. Because he wants to get the ball. He wants to run multiple formations. He wants to be constantly in motion. Howard's not a man dude. He's small. He's not a man guy. He's a zone killer. But you got to move. You got to manipulate stuff within the zone. Lamar force feed most of those plays. Most of his plays was force fed. Now he going to perform a lot better because he could just spread the ball. He could just spread the ball. Let's come on. Let's come on. Let's do this shit right, man. Look, stop saying Lamar. They built the system around. No, they didn't. Lamar, he makes it work because how you gonna build a system for somebody and then you wanna get somebody else Huntley and play in the same system and work it effectively? Not as effective, but effectively. But you built it for him. No, you built the system because that's the system you ran. But you got to do to make a system run great. There's a difference between making the system run great and making the system run excellent. All right, it's like putting 87 gasoline in a car. It's gonna run efficiently. It's gonna rate, but it's nothing like premium. Putting the premium in an old school muscle car. That's gonna make a whole different ball game. The performance is just gonna be that much better. It's gonna cost you more. Lamar's premium, Huntley's 87. It's still gonna run fine. The car is gonna run fine. That's what you find in your manual, in your car manual. It say put 87, 89, get premium gasoline in this car, right? But then you put the premium gas in. It's gonna cost you more, but it's gonna run more effectively and less wear and tear of your engine. It's gonna get the job done more efficiently and less harmful for your engine. You don't have to work as hard. Lamar makes everybody better around him. The Ravens play the run game because, okay, if we run, we know we're going to get these yards. We're just going to eat up the clock. You're not going to have all these opportunities to throw this football around and try to blow us out. We're going to always keep this game as close as possible because you got to make sure you make every possession count. Ain't going to be no air raid. So what's wrong with that? Why hate on that? And then when you caught slipping, I'm going to throw it over the top of your head. Oh, I'm just saying let Lamar cook like they let Russell cook. Let Lamar cook. If he want to sit back and act like he running and throw it 70 yards, let him do it. If he want to sit back, act like he throw it and run 70, let him do it. Let him do what he feels. Because his receivers feel him. And another thing, and I don't care what Murph said on top billing, I got much respect for him. But he got to work on being aggressive when people have a difference of opinion. He got to work on that. Murph, I hope you hear it. I don't give a. I'm not going to cuss too much. But I hope you hear this. Because if somebody have a difference of opinion, you can't say they're dumb or say they don't know what they're talking about. No, you got a difference of opinion. And I'm going back. Isaiah Likely should be a receiver. Period. He plays like a tight end, but he plays like a receiver. And you forget, for 3 years before the Ravens converted him, Darren Waller was a receiver, drafted as a receiver. Played 20, played those first 3 years, 2 or 3 years as a receiver. He fucked that up with the Ravens doing his drinking and all that stuff. Ain't because they ain't have faith in him. Sometimes it takes you to go back a couple notches to go forward a whole bunch, man. And realize what you have. And God gave him his second chance. And he's making the best of it. And I'm proud of the brother for that. Shout out University of Georgia. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Baltimore could have had great receivers. They refused to recruit around the area. Because Stephon Diggs should have been recruited. The Ravens should have drafted him right home. It's not like you don't see his footage of not fire your scouts straight there. You got Torrey Smith, so it's no excuse. And you also on DJ Moore should have been drafted by the Ravens. EDC messed that up. Oz and EDC they messed that up because they see you got these people who they have allegiance to Michigan and Alabama, and then all these other schools instead of looking for it in Maryland because you didn't let top flight talent go. You know, because you're going against the grain. When you had the talent in your backyard, you let other people get them. And then you want them later. I don't get that. I don't get that. That's how you lose. You could have got way more fans, but just recruiting in the area. Joe Hayden, Maryland. He shouldn't have went to Pittsburgh. Ravens should have drafted him. You want defensive corners? Well, that's not what you're looking for. You need to pay attention to your own backyard first before you get these players. Joe Hayden, right out PG. If not them, the Redskins, they dropped the ball too. They got to accept the blame. Got all these players from the area. Trayvon Diggs from the area should have been a Raven. I don't get it. You see these people come from these different places and you know them from high school. You don't think these NFL people don't deserve paying attention to these kids in high school? Coming up, you know who's going to be a problem. We need to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if not, we're going to be in fourth place next 4 or 5 years. Lamar need to be a Raven for life. Stop it. Put this next 5 years. Stop it. He had little kids crying. My nephew in Atlanta, Georgia. He should be a Falcons fan. He a Ravens fan. And partial Browns fan because his mama from Ohio. From Akron. I mean, Canton. But he loves Lamar Jackson. He loves old dog. That's his favorite two people. Come on, so that Lamar speaks to these kids, man. And that's what it's about. Y'all have a blessed evening. I hate y'all when I post another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. Peace.